Welcome to Wrong Time Watch. My name is Kevin, and today we're looking at the Axios Pathfinder 40 with the Slate gray dial. I purchased this watch a little while ago on Kickstarter and have enjoyed spending some time with this watch. I really appreciate the bracelet and the case as well, with a mixture of brushed and polished surfaces, but especially the bracelet. I'm not familiar with any other bracelets that are designed quite like this. It is a 5-link bracelet, and then the middle 3 links are chamfered and polished on the edges here. These are screw pins. You will need a small screwdriver. I have a 1.2 millimeter screwdriver that I use to size this bracelet. Also, you can see a mixture of brushed and polished surfaces on the bezel there. It's a very well done watch. I really like the styling of this watch. And on the website, it said it's a 1940s inspired heritage field watch. This watch is rated to 200 meters of water resistance. It does have a screw down crown, a signed screw down crown. It does not have drilled lugs. I would appreciate drilled lugs, but it's not the end of the world. They say the watch case does look a little better without drilled lugs. It does have these female end links. The watch wears very comfortably on wrist. Let's look at the dial here. It has a nice textured dial. It is a matte sand textured brass dial with applied indices. And there is vintage loom or fauxtina, whatever you want to call it. Loom is not a crisp white loom like that, for example. Or also SKX here, Seiko SKX with the Seiko Lumibrite. Give it a little shake here, bring it to life. Anyway, let's look back into this dial again. So applied indices, also applied hour markers around the minute track there. And then the Pathfinder is printed just above the 6. I really like textured dials. I think there's a little bit extra required in the manufacturing process to have a textured dial like this. It's not just a plain flat dial with paint applied to it. So yeah, it's a very cool watch, very well done. Price for this watch currently, you can buy it from their website for $329. There's 1 or 2 dial colors that are currently unavailable. When I had first purchased this watch or ordered it from Kickstarter, however you want to look at it, I was having a hard time picking a dial color. I originally wanted the copper yellow color dial because it looks very vintage. I think it goes with the look of the watch, but I changed my mind, switched my choice at the last minute and went with the slate gray. Looking back at it, I wish I would have stuck with that copper dial because it's so unique. But this one looks nice as well. I didn't have any other gray colored dials, so that's why I chose this one. And anyway, so the Axios logo is applied there below 12 as well. All right, let's zoom back out. Oh, actually, we need to look. I wanted to show you the pouch that it comes in. Kind of similar to a Zelos watch roll. This has 2 pouches instead of, I think, 4 for Zelos. Actually, those are their old ones. Zelos doesn't do that anymore. But anyway, so here is a metal warranty card. 1 year limited warranty. It's really not that good. Longer warranty would be better. 2 to 3 years would be great. 1 year is kind of, I don't know, it's not that good of a warranty, but it is what it is. And here's a card that came with the watch too. And you can see here the guy's name that might be familiar, Elshan. He is the owner of Zelos, so Axios. He has some involvement with Axios as well. Just a note about adjusting the bracelet and also making sure you torque down all the screws so you don't end up losing a link. All right, so 200-meter water resistance, which I think I already mentioned. Seiko NH35, which of course we all know the specs for that, but we'll go over it again. 6 beats per second, hand winding, hacking, 41 hours of power reserve. Accuracy, I don't know, don't really pay much attention. I think it's -10 +20. I don't exactly remember the accuracy. I don't wear mechanical watches for the accuracy. But anyway, first position out. Well, I had to unscrew the crown. Right now I'm in the hand winding position. And then next position, yep, so that would be a ghost date, meaning their movement is manufactured with the date wheel, but there is not a cutout on the dial for a date. So you're not really doing anything by doing this, but there's a date wheel inside there that's turning around. Then pull the crown all the way out, and the second hand stops, which is called hacking. And then you can set the time. All right, let's push the crown all the way back in and screw it down. Oh, let's look at the case back. It's a very nicely engraved case back. And this has that weird phrase on the back. And how can man die better? Yeah, there we go. Hold on, let's focus. Okay, so I think that's the serial number. Then the Axios Pathfinder at the top, and then of course automatic NH35 over here. But it has this nice engraving of the winged horse. I'm pretty sure that's Pegasus. So yeah, very neat. Oh, and if you notice, it does have solid end links, solid links, milled clasp here, and then this portion is stamped, and then this portion is stamped. It is engraved with the Axios logo, again with a nice polishing and brush combination, brushed on the bottom and sides, and then polished on the chamfered edge there. And this does have 6 micro adjusts. So dimensions. Sapphire crystal with AR coating on the underside as well. And it is a flat sapphire crystal. I've really come to appreciate flat sapphire crystals just for the ease of legibility. This one here, I upgraded years ago, and this has a domed sapphire crystal. This one's not that much of a dome, so it's still not that hard to read. But flat sapphire is even easier yet. Okay, let's go over the dimensions of the watch. Lug to lug on this, 47 millimeter. Case diameter, as you can probably tell from the model name, is 40 millimeter diameter. So great size for mini wrist sizes. The thickness on it, it's a little thick due to that Seiko NH35 movement. It's 12.4 millimeter thick from this engraved case back to that flat sapphire crystal. 20 millimeter lug width, and it does taper slightly. It tapers down to 18. I would prefer a 20 to 16 taper. It would just wear so much better on wrist. It doesn't wear bad on wrist as is. It would just wear better with more taper. 6.2 millimeter signed crown, and the watch does weigh in at 147 grams. Size for my 6.5 inch wrist. I don't typically weigh watches, but it feels solid and it feels heavy. But 147 grams is not too terribly heavy. It just feels heavy, solid. I'm not sure what it is with this watch. It just feels kind of heavier than what I was expecting. Actually, it's the same weight. Actually, this one, I think I measured 148 gram size for my wrist, and then this one, again, 147 grams. It's just, I don't know, it has a weird weight distribution to it, I guess. So anyway, let me get the Pathfinder on wrist. If you have not subscribed yet, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button. click the notification bell and like the video. Also leave a comment below. Let me know what you guys think of this watch. I do like the applied indices and the applied Arabics with that textured dial. It just looks very nice quality. It feels very nice quality too. It just feels a little heavier than what I'm expecting for some reason. So there it is on my 6.5-inch wrist with the 52 millimeter wristband. The gray dial is a little bit lighter than I was expecting. On the website, it looks like a darker dial. I would prefer a little more contrast between the hands and the indices versus that dial color. All right, let's zoom out here. Actually, put next to my SKX again, just for size reference. It is a little smaller than the SKX. SKX is 42, and the Pathfinder is 40. But overall, it's a really good looking watch. All right, we'll pause the video and we'll throw in the SKX and see how the Loom is. Oh, actually, I don't think I mentioned the Loom. It is C3 X1 Loom. So we'll see how that looks in a moment here. All right, so on the left, we have the Axios Pathfinder with that C3 X1 Loom. And on the right, my Seiko SKX 009. Loom on the Axios is bright enough, definitely. The only thing going against it is the area of Loom applied is small. It's a small surface area. If it was a little bit larger of indices, then the Loom, of course, would be brighter. But it's not too bad, especially considering it's a field watch. So that will conclude today's video. As always, thank you for taking the time. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one.